Hey YouTube, Kiratwig here, bringing you guys a little video special deck profile. A couple days ago, I was discussing with a few friends of mine, if you had an anime Yu-Gi-Oh deck, what would it basically comprise of? Now this is going off of, the type of player you are, the type of cards you like to run, the type of plays you like to do, and this is basically what I came up with. The whole deck is, Earth-based because Earth decks are one of my favorite decks, and the deck is in no way competitive. I made the deck for fun, 100%, and it's mostly just meant to get off some certain plays, so don't expect, too many staple cards in the deck as well. And basically in this video, we're going to be showing you guys the deck profile of the deck. I call it my Synchro Fusion Earth deck, basically meant to get off fusion summons using synchro monsters. And at the end of the video, like I said, I'm going to be asking you guys what you would think your anime Yu-Gi-Oh deck would be. What you would basically be the main purpose of the deck, what cards you'd run. That's what this video is going to be about. So without further ado, let's jump into the deck profile. Having Naturias be one of my favorite cards, I run 2 Naturia Cosmo Beat. Now this isn't a Naturia deck, so it's not completely focused on Naturia monsters in the main deck, but the extra deck is kind of, going off of getting a lot of the Naturia Synchro monsters off, because I like to think of them as my favorite and main monsters to summon. So we run 2 Cosmo Beats just because of that easy special summon whenever your opponent normal or sets a monster. Also 3 Naturia Cherries. Cherries and Cosmo Beat are just 2 easy tuners to get out on the field, which is why I run both of them. And Cherries, with its ability of when it's destroyed by your opponent to special summon 2 more from the deck, really helps to swarm the field in a nice and fast way. Those are the only 2 Naturia monsters I run in the deck in the main deck, because I figured if I ran too many, it'd be more of a Naturia deck than it would of an actual, anime type of deck. I know there are some anime characters like Jaden and Yugioh who run Performa Pals and Elemental Heroes, but there are a lot of other ones like Yusei and Yugi that run, a whole mash of cards in their decks for different plays, and that's kind of what I was going for with this deck. I also run 2 TG Strikers, once again going off of that easy field swarm ability. TG Strikers, very easy to special summon onto the field, and having a level 2 tuner helps to get out Barkion and Beast with a lot of the other different monsters I run. And I also run 2 Gale Dogra. Now this is where the deck gets kind of funky. The main monsters I try to get out with this deck are Naturia Exterio and Naturia Geistrio. Basically, we gotta focus the camera there. There we go. You have to fusion summon them using synchro monsters, Naturia Beast or Barkion for Exterio, or 2 Earth synchro monsters for Geistrio. So with Gale Dogra, you pay 3,000 life points. It's a big cost, but I've seen crazier moves in the anime be played. And with its ability, you can send 1 synchro monster from your extra deck to the graveyard, and that's where Miracle Synchro Fusion comes in, because that's the card you'll use to get out those 2 fusion monsters. And Gale Dogra just really helps to speed up that process. And I also run 3 The Earth Hex Sealed Fusion. This card can take up the spot of an Earth fusion monster, meaning it's a lot easier to get out those 2 monsters, since it can substitute either maybe a Beast or Barkion or that one other synchro monster. And you can also tribute the monsters instead to special summon that monster, but it doesn't count as a fusion summon, so you won't be able to get those monsters back after the fusion summon. And I also run 2 Beast King Barbaros. This is just a power card, in my opinion. Also very easy to summon Leo, Keeper of the Sacred Tree, using Cosmo Beat or Striker with Barbaros, because he still remains as his level 8, regardless of normal summoning him. And I also run 3 Giant Rats, just for that battle savvy abilities. Chose this over Naturia Cliff, 1 because I didn't want to stick too hard to the Naturias, and just more search targets with this deck and Giant Rat. And I also run 2 Earth Armor Ninjas. This is kind of adding to the randomness of the deck, just a Earth variant Cyber Dragon, in my opinion. And I also run 2 Spell Strikers, just easy cards to special summon. Makes this card easy with Naturia Beast to get out. And plus, Naturia Beast and Barkion with their effects alone really, help speed up the deck. And 2 Earth Hand Traps, 2 Swift Scarecrow. Debating between this and Maxi, but Maxi, in my opinion, is too, broken game base. Like I said, I wanted this to be more of a fun deck than competitive. And Swift Scarecrow, in those situations, if your opponent's about to go all out on you, you can just go, hey, Swift Scarecrow, kind of a troll-based move, which is what this deck is all about. I like to think of earth monsters, plants, beasts, and whatnot as being kind of mischievous. That is it for the monster count. We'll move on to spells. I run 3 Miracle Synchro Fusion. This card is the card that basically gets you your fusion monsters if you don't use the Earth Hex Sealed Fusion card. You banish from your side of the field or your graveyard the requirements for that fusion monster that uses a synchro monster as one of its materials. And you can also set this card. If your opponent destroys it and sends it to the graveyard, you can draw a card. So once again, if you don't have a fusion offset at the moment, set it and leave it there because, if it gets popped, you get a draw. So it's a little plus there. Plus, I also run 2 Instant Fusion. This card helps just for, basically getting more special summons on the field for an easy synchro summon. I mostly search out either Carbonala Warrior or, Flower Wolf, both Earth Fusion targets, level 4 and 5. And also keeping up with, nothing too broken, but, still playable. 2 Smashing Grounds just to get over some annoying monsters my opponent may have. And for traps, I run 2 Spiritual Earth Art Kurogane. This card, tribute an Earth monster on your side of the field, to special summon 1 level 4 or lower Earth monster from your graveyard. It just helps, change up my plays if I need something else different at the moment. And I also run 3 Oasis of Dragon Souls. This card helps just to get back monsters that are in my graveyard that I possibly need. And the reason I use this over Call of the Haunted is basically because a lot of these monsters in this deck don't have that high of an attack. Like, let's say Gale Dogra for a second. I don't want it in attack mode if, I just need it for a wall of protection. Putting it in defense mode is a lot better idea, if that makes sense. And 3 Draining Shield. Basically, with Gale Dogra, you're paying 3,000 life points, so this Draining Shield just helps, get your life back up there. Because if I have to use Gale Dogra twice and I'm sitting at 2,000 life, that's not too safe. The Draining Shields will help to protect me of that. And 1 Ring of Destruction. Every main character or side character's got to have that 1 broken card. I know I've seen MST and a lot of different things in a lot of the main characters' decks. So everyone can cheat every now and then. And 1 Compulsory Evacuation Device. So that's it for the main deck. Let's move on to the extra. Like I said before, my main monsters are the Naturia monsters. So I run 2 of each of the main ones, Naturia Beast and Barkion, just to make it easy to get out Exterio. Because if I send a card with Gale Dogra, I still want options to synchro summon them as well. 1 Naturia Landoise, just a level 7 option. 1 Gigantic Castle. So the pattern with the whole extra deck being Earth, all the monsters are Earth type. So Gigantic Castle, level 9. Another option with Barbaros and a level 1 tuner. 1 Leo, the Sacred Tree, powerhouse of the deck. Chose this over Leo Drake just because, better option, better ability. 1 Goyo Guardian, another Earth type. Same with Gaia-Knight, the Force of the Earth. The fusion monsters, we have Naturia Exterio and Geistrio, the main fusion targets for my fusion synchro deck. The main point of the deck, like many main characters in the show, is to get out their main monster, like you say. Always, aim to get out Stardust Dragon, and basis plays off that. So if I get either one of these 2 out, I can pretty much, be safe on board, because Naturia Exterio can negate spells and traps, and Geistrio can negate 1 card that targets. So, big heavy hitters that are difficult to get over, especially in this format when everyone is playing, mostly spells and traps to get out stuff. Also for the insta-fusion targets, 2 Carbonala Warriors and 1 Flower Wolf. And for the 1 Lone Exceed, I run 1 Soul of Silver Mountain, possible to get out using Hex or Seal Fusion, or possibly even the level 3 Spell Striker. Alright, so that's it for the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoy, and don't forget, this whole video is a deck profile, but it's also a discussion video. Comment down below what you guys think, if you would have an anime deck, it would be comprised of. Remember, nothing too broken. It's meant to be fun, so, use your imagination. What cards would be your main cards to get out? What would your whole deck play around? It can even be maybe another element-based deck. I know I focused on Earth. Maybe one of you can be fire or water. Chapter. And that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and Kiratwig out.